You're listening to Pack Dynamics, a Fandom on the Rocks podcast.
Welcome to Pack Dynamics, a Teen Wolf podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Allison.
And on today's very special episode, two adult men get friendly.
Yeah. Wow. Like, we're going to talk about, the emotional turmoil of Scott McCall and how Dr. Deaton finally does his job and,
God.
Stiles' slow descent into psychosis and Peter Hale, being Peter.
Being a dick.
But on this episode, Derek and Chris make friends.
They do. They finally become friends. And I absolutely forgot that happened in this episode, and it showed up, and I was like, oh yeah, hello.
I think for me, it's not that I remember it showing up, but for me, I forgot all of the other stuff around it because we've been watching and recapping all of this. Just watching the transition between oh, well, my sister burned his entire family to the ground to, oh, he's throwing himself on top of me to protect me from dying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's happened in a year, guys. It's been a year.
Yeah. I mean, my ships, my SS Steric sails on, but there is a moment in this where you're like, God damn.
Well, okay, so for me, especially because all of this happens around Stiles.
Mm-hmm.
It's Chris and Stiles on one side and Derek and Stiles on the other, and I'm just just hold hands.
Just hold hands.
It's Chris and Derek and Stiles.
Everybody is so lonely. Everybody just needs the Hale house to be rebuilt.
Indeed.
Doors open.
Just it's fine. It's fine.
So okay.
But
we'll get there.
So many feelings, so many respectful thoughts.
This is season 3, episode 19, Letharia Vulpina.
Vulpina.
Signs of sabotage appear all around them. Scott and his allies desperately try to figure out how to prevent disaster as Lydia and Allison seek an unlikely teacher to focus her power. This episode aired February 16th, 2014. So, we open... unknown location, unknown time. Turns out we're in Japan, but this opened, and I was like, where the fuck are we? The skyline is unclear.
My notes are just, it's some very nice Japanese men in a very nice house, a sick dog, and a gun-toting fella.
Yeah, I was like, this man owns a wolf? That doesn't seem right.
This whole scene was completely out of context, and I'm just like...
No context.
Wonder where we're going.
Especially since the last time we opened in Japan with characters of similar dress. It was 24 years ago.
Yeah, it was the Chris flashback.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, flashback? No, present day.
Present day.
So this gentleman has a white wolf, I guess, as a pet, which is not cool. Don't do that. No,
but his name is Yuki.
I know. I was like, interesting.
Which I believe means snow in Japanese.
I think so.
I think that's right.
And as of this episode, because past season 3, my memory of Teen Wolf starts to get a little fuzzy. Any connection to the Yukimoras or no? Just happens to be the same first part?
No.
Okay.
No, because it's just a Japanese word.
Yeah. I was just like, of all the words to pick, because the wolf is white, I was like,
it's a white dog. You name him Snow. It's a big cat. You name him Fluffy. It's,
Yes, this is true.
It's a black cat. You name him Thackeray Binks. Come on now.
I almost did.
I know you did.
Next one is going to be Thackeray Binks.
So I imagined that we were all still together because we've been talking about Japan and kitsune, which is part of Japanese folklore. And we're talking about the Japanese internment camps. And we're talking about, all of these things. I'm like, it's probably related. I just don't know how.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this gentleman is very upset about his wolf. I like to think he cares deeply about it. And it is not just a sign of wealth. But he's mad because this wolf is in bad shape, but a doctor is on the way. And that doctor is, of course, one Alan Deaton, who we have not seen in quite some time.
Emily, did you remember that this man is actually a veterinarian?
I did. I did, in fact, remember that his second job, we think, emissary first,
at least,
vet second, and Japanese interpreter third. How many languages does he speak?
All of them. He must speak all of them. I need an entire spinoff on Alan Deaton.
Honestly, yeah.
I need an entire spinoff. I need to know what his deal is. I need to know everything about the pack under Talia. I need to know what's up with Morel. I need to know.
I mean, you do know that a spinoff with Deaton, he would be gone for most of the episodes too, though. They would be like, where's our main character? I don't know. He's doing
I'm off learning.
I'm off exploring and learning the secret to the trade that I will use once.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But he is apparently a very good veterinarian.
They flew him in from California.
Flew him in from California. Why is he late? Because he's flying in from California.
I'm assuming even a private jet, right?
Any local veterinarians available?
No. I mean, they have zoos in Japan. Couldn't bring in a local wildlife expert?
Yeah,
no?
But Deaton shows up, and I'm like, it's nice to see you haven't forgotten about your job. And the guy with the gun is like, have you worked with wolves before?
I loved the look on his face.
And
the like, bitch, please.
Deaton's just like, I'm learning from Stiles. I'm a little shit. Like, yeah, thanks, dude. So
he diagnoses via the teeth, because, there's gunk on the teeth, that Yuki has eaten lichen, and which is what the episode is named after.
Yeah.
Like a very bright neon green moss. And Deaton needs a sample. And it turns out they have it in the back garden.
They do. Helpful.
So helpful. But Ikeda, the main guy, his lackeys are like, no, thank you. We are not going back there because they are super superstitious. And I guess he's not powerful or respected enough that he could get his own lackeys to go out in the garden. And that is because this is the garden from 317 Silverfinger. We are back.
24 years ago, Chris Argent had a run-in with the Nagitsune.
Yes, this is where the Oni shot down the Yakuza boss who happened to also be possessed by a Nagitsune. And our special lichen is growing on the fountain where the Nagitsune bled into the water.
It turns out it's also the gun wolf owning gentleman's father.
Yes. It is his papa. So
I have so many problems with this scene, but we have to get all the way through it first.
Yes. Yeah, we will talk about why it's weird. I mean, the whole Teen Wolf is weird. And of course, now it is time for Deaton to tell us why he's here. It is his exposition time.
Thank you, Deaton.
And he explains to the gentleman and to the audience, and later to everybody else, that this lichen is called Letharia Vulpina, wolf lichen, and that people used to use it to poison wolves and foxes, and that they would stick out pieces of meat with crushed glass and the bits of the lichen in it, which would cut open the organs and the intestines of the animal and get the poison in faster. And the Wikipedia said that is historically accurate, and people continue to suck.
I mean, very cool, but also hard pass. Thank you.
Hard pass. Thank you. I am a Wolf Stan 9000, have been since I was a kiddo. So don't kill wolves. Anyway, turns out Deaton is the one who paralyzed this gentleman's wolf, and now has paralyzed him via a glass that he handed to him. And he is there to bottle up the lichen and bring it back to Beacon Hills because there is a fox hiding inside of a teenage boy, and he's going to poison it.
So I love the ending location of this scene. I love that we've gotten to this whole thing. I love that we're here. But the journey here, I have a lot of questions. So Deaton says that he has basically given the dog or the wolf and the guy a powerful paralytic agent.
Yes.
And the guy is like, the Kanema. And I'm like, it's so nice that Jackson is still participating. Thanks, guys.
Did he ship it from Paris?
God, I hope so. Like, it would, I do want to give some major props to like the background performers and the director, because we didn't have to know what was being said by any of the guys in the room in order to like get the point across. But I would have loved some subtitles.
This is true.
And
like, what are they scared of?
I don't know. but I also have a beef with the Latin. Because
don't we all?
Letharia Vulpina should in no way translate to wolf-liken, because the vulpine in Vulpina is fox.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Wolf.
it is. Yep. Yeah.
Letharia like
Vulpinus.
and Vulpina like vulpine. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah. Wolf in Latin is lupus.
Yeah.
Which brings us to lupine.
Lupine. Yeah.
Yeah. Which we have seen. I think they've discussed lupine before with, or haven't they? With, oh, maybe they haven't.
Well,
with the, oh my God.
Some of the wolfsbane is
with the wolfsbane. Yeah.
Is
there
lupus or lupina.
Yeah.
But yeah, vulpina is Latin for fox.
Fox, yeah.
Like, I got so
Why
mad
not
about
just
it.
call it
Fox-liken?
Yeah.
Like, I
because
get
we
it.
are dealing with foxes.
In this moment, we're dealing with foxes. Deaton's speciality is wolves, but like in this moment, you're dealing with foxes. Also, I was a little upset that Deaton just takes like one pluck of that lichen and puts it in the jar. And I'm like, sir, you didn't bring a Tupperware container?
Dude, you came all this way. The time zones are insane.
You came all this way at least twice. You had to poison the dog, and then you had to come back.
Okay, no, well, I'm assuming because of how quick the Canema venom works, I'm assuming doesn't
the gun guy say that the dog hasn't moved in 2 days?
No, they say 12 hours.
Oh, okay, so my bad. So
okay, hold on. How? Okay, so they didn't go. Okay, again, questions on the logistics of this.
Physics.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I guess I didn't think about this that much at the time, but now that I'm thinking about it, I had sort of assumed that someone went and got him to make sure he came, but that can't be, because then he couldn't have poisoned the wolf. They had to have summoned him, and he was like, yeah, bro, I'm on the way, and got there earlier to paralyze the wolf, and then waited 12 hours hiding out in Japan to then be like, oh, I'm here.
I don't know. I don't understand. I have absolutely no idea. The fact that he got there in the morning and then left and then came back, I don't know. But he did it because he's super secret spy.
I do assume that he has some sort of cloaking capability. I just have to assume.
He's got something. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, he's gonna poison a fox inside a teenage boy. And I think all right,
go off.
That is. Go off, King.
Go off, King. Good luck.
We can say that, right? We're not old. We're old.
Oh, I'm so old. It's all right.
So that is our cold open. And actually, despite it being off, it does tell you what is about to happen in this entire episode. Like, the purpose of this episode is to get Stiles.
Yeah, for real.
And that's actually kind of nice to have. I mean, all these episodes have been very pointed, which is fun. And again, we have a mission. We are gonna fix problems in this episode. And that I kind of enjoy that sometimes. This is an action movie episode.
For real. It's really just nice when they know what they want, as opposed to just politely drifting through things.
Totally.
But yeah, on today's episode, it's, hey, our friend is possessed. Let's fix it.
Yep. And they're gonna try.
And they're gonna try.
So we barrel right back to the Beacon Hills Gray Sloan Memorial Hospital, just seconds after the end of the previous episode, and Kira is getting attacked by a power line that seems to be alive.
For real. It's alive. It's coming to get her. It's a snake in the grass.
Is a snake. It's whooshing towards her. It causes an ambulance to crash, which I've absolutely seen this on an episode of Grey's Anatomy, or maybe 911. An ambulance crashes. It strikes.
I really need him. I needed him to hit the brakes.
I know. Well,
he was swerving, but at no point did he hit the brakes.
He could have stopped 200 yards back and not continued towards the hospital. Quickly, friends, towards the danger. So he strikes a fire hydrant, which of course gushes water everywhere. And then of course the power line electrifies the water. Isaac, who has shown up, steps into the electrified water. And what do we know happens with werewolves and electricity?
Allison's about to step into it. And Isaac's no, honey.
Me first.
And so his and Boyd's entire plan from 3A is realized here in 3B.
It finally worked.
And it shattered my heart.
Just on the wrong guy.
So Isaac goes down.
He goes down. And unfortunately, an innocent bystander who looks exactly like Lydia also goes down.
She does.
And she's never seen again.
R.I.P.
We don't have to deal with her loss, but I am assuming she dies as well. But Kira is thriving. She manages to grab this power line and just like caps it with her hand. Do you remember the Deepwater Horizon disaster? Which, funny, because Dylan O'Brien was in that too. But
no, but that doesn't mean much.
Our whole plan was we were going to cap the spewing oil and just like, boop, we fixed it. That's what she does. She just caps the thing and like absorbs the electricity, and her eyes glow. And her mom's like, no.
So sexy, so powerful, so electric. Scott is ensorcelled because
yes.
Because he and Derek are standing on the sidelines being, bestie bros, because they are, in fact, bestie bros and sometimes lovers, but whatever.
These episodes, they are full pack mates.
Indeed. For real. Yeah. They have moved from being like, I'm an Omega. Well, I'm an Alpha. Well, maybe now I'm an Alpha. Now we're just pack. Now we're just pack.
Full pack.
But Derek sees that his baby Beta.
I know. That's his little bro.
Is injured.
Oh, yeah.
He has gone down. And so Derek runs to Isaac's side in an earth-shattering, heartbreaking. Isaac is down. Erica and Boyd would have been so proud of your growth, Derek. Laura would have been proud, too.
I know. Well, and this is also like another dead pack member for him. Like,
oh my God.
There's no one left.
And so here's my question. He proceeds to feel Isaac's pulse and then says he's not breathing.
I'm
not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. But can you tell if somebody's breathing by whether or not they have a pulse?
I mean, I guess if you put your hand on their throat and it wasn't... No, you couldn't.
No.
Listen,
there's unconscious not breathing, and then there's like no pulse. So like maybe he died. Maybe that's just what Derek in his chaos, panic, whatever was happening. But like, I don't actually know if you can tell if someone's breathing by checking their pulse.
I don't even know that Derek is canonically 21 in this episode. So
for real.
He's never taken a CPR class.
We're going to get to Derek's age and the beard he's able to grow and the men he's flirting with a little later in the episode.
Again, they have made him 36. He is canonically barely an adult.
Like 20 at best.
Again, they call out that Stiles is 17. Derek is maybe 3 or 4 years older.
At best, yeah.
At best. So let's remember that when we look at Tyler Hoechlin's glorious facial hair.
At his just glorious, very adult face.
Yeah, and body. But like, Jesus. So he calls Scott for help, and everyone's got to leap into action. The rest of the scene is kind of weird because they like move it into not quite a dream sequence for Scott. Because like it starts to fuzzy shimmer of Isaac getting wheeled in on a gurney, and because it starts to kind of like move into Scott waking up.
Yeah,
as
we've now moved kind of 2 days into the future.
Yeah, but like also Noshiko is telling Kira that she saw what she did and that no one else can see what happened.
Yeah.
And then Scott's waking up in bed with Derek's like voice echoing that he needs to tell the sheriff like what's really wrong.
Yeah.
And like, what is this just so we could like flash forward in time?
Yeah, I think so. Because the entire rest of the plot, or at least for the next few scenes, is hinged on the fact that Stiles has been missing for 2 days.
Yep. Missing for 48 hours. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so we have like things have had to move along.
Yeah.
And this was just the best way for them to do it.
Parrish has told the sheriff that 2 people saw Stiles' Jeep leave the hospital, which I guess means that in the previous episode, they jumped the Jeep but didn't take it.
Yeah, because Derek jumped the Jeep, which seems odd because you don't really turn a car off after you jumped it.
Mm-mm. You got to drive it to keep the battery going.
Yeah.
And then Detective McCall finds that cut power line and was like, this is sabotage.
For real.
Something's not good here.
Scott goes with Mama to the hospital to go see Isaac. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that Allison is waiting in the hospital, a la Stiles from season 1.
I know.
Season 2? Season 1.
Yeah. With
season 1.
Lydia.
With Lydia. And Allison is really despondent. It's like, they won't let me see him. We're not family.
Honestly,
Like,
I feel like this hospital should just know these like 8 people and be like,
for
you can do whatever
real.
you want.
For real. Like the fact that they're not on anybody's like emergency contact
Hmm.
blows my mind.
Yeah, considering the size of Beacon Hills as a town, how often they're in this hospital together,
Yeah.
just have them like their photos up in the nurses station and just be like, whatever they want,
It's fine.
let them have it.
Let them have it. So
They're going to do it anyway.
So Mama McCall decides to just break them in anyway.
Mhm.
Once again, I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I don't even play one on TV. The fuck is up with Isaac's room?
He's like I'm assuming he's supposed to be in an ICU.
Yeah, but he's in a storage closet of some kind.
He's in a very dark, closed off, but large space.
With a lot of stuff all over the walls, and his burns are completely uncovered.
They're uncovered. I was
just
like, what are you
hanging
doing?
out? Like, what the fuck?
No burn gauze. I can't remember what that stuff is called.
No cream, no paste, no gauze.
Nothing.
You're not keeping them moist. You're not keeping them clean. What are you? What is happening? It's been 2 days.
Yeah. No antibiotic. No bacterial
absolutely no shade to the makeup department who put on these beautiful burn prosthetics. You guys did a great job. I'm glad we got to see them. But dude,
I don't even think he had an IV in.
No, he's just kind of hanging out.
He wasn't healing. He wasn't getting any treatments.
Fucking right. Don't tease me though with Scott and Allison and Isaac.
I know.
Don't tease me with the Scaluzak or however the hell you're supposed to pronounce that
honestly,
word.
I hate
Don't
that
tease
word.
me. It's really terrible. But those 3 together are incredible, and I love them so much. And I am weak.
It's real cute.
It was a real cute.
And yeah, so he's not healing, and Scott, which he does a number of times through this episode, which will come up at the very end, tries to take Isaac's pain away, but it is a lot. Apparently, there is a lot of pain because he can't do much, and it seems to knock him back on his feet a little bit.
Yep.
Which, having not experienced a burn like that, I can't talk about it. So, ouchies.
Ouchies. Big ouchies.
Speaking of ouchies,
Indeed.
over at the sheriff's station,
ouch. The
sheriff is basically weeping over a text that he got from Stiles that says, "Am okay, don't look for me, be back soon."
Ouch.
I would love to know, again, this is stuff that I don't think they could ever put in a TV show because we'd just spend 8 episodes on it. But, is that how Stiles texts his dad? Would the sheriff be able to tell the difference between a real Stiles text and not?
Especially considering that particular thread has been brought up before with Jackson.
Yep.
Because Stiles texted Jackson's dad.
Yeah.
And his dad immediately knew that things were weird because
he signed off "love you."
Because he signed off "love you." It's like, oh, ouch, that was on that. Ouch.
Yeah. His dad was like, "Nah,
not my child. Thank you.
That ain't for me."
But honestly, maybe because this whole episode. So we talk about Dylan O'Brien's acting in this in 3B between being really, really sure who Stiles is and really, really sure who Void is.
Yep.
And in this episode, things get a little wiggly. And it gets a little wiggly on purpose. And so it's just ouch, ouch, ouch. But the sheriff's office gets a delivery. We get to talk to Deputy Parrish.
About the electrical problems in town. I love that he's the first person to be like, this town sucks.
It's a little weird.
It's a little odd. And then Detective Douchebag comes in and he's like, hey, Sheriff, have you ever had problems with the Yakuza?
The sheriff's like, question mark?
Sheriff's like, the fuck are you talking about, man? My son is missing. The lights are out again. Who is Katashi? And why did you bring up this non sequitur? What have you been doing?
What have you been doing?
Are you actually a good detective? Do we have to like you because you're making connections and solving problems? Maybe.
We kind of like you because you're making connections and solving problems. It's cool.
We might have to be like, okay, bruh. Who also seems to have no lasting problems from being shot through the shoulder or stabbed through the shoulder.
4 days ago, probably?
Maybe 4 days. Well, yeah. Stiles has been missing 2 days. Riddled happened. Yeah, so what? 4 days, let's say.
It's been less than a week.
Yeah, when he was bleeding out.
He's totally fine. No worries.
I tripped, I don't know, a month ago, maybe more than that, and politely fell on my knees and got, a cut. And there's still like a big splotchy mark on my knee from hitting the pavement.
Dude, today I was doing laundry and bent the wrong way and discovered I have a massive bruise on the inside of my leg.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea where it came from. I have no idea what I did, but I
have a scar on the back of my arm from last summer from a branch lightly scraping it. And this man is just walking around after bleeding out. Think so.
Maybe he's part werewolf and that's the explanation.
Is he one of the few people who is not special?
I don't think he's special. I think he's just special because he's got a lot of plot armor.
And he's tall.
And he's tall and pretty. It's true.
So, speaking of pretty, Kira and Scott, apparently I didn't write down who she was talking to,
Scotty,
are talking about how the kitsune are tricksters and that they're not really all that concerned with like right or wrong, just like fucking shit up, unless you offend them.
And
but like
someone apparently has really, really offended this particular Nagitsune.
Yeah. And like, but how do you do that? How do you offend a Nagitsune? Maybe you tell them that you don't like their haircut.
We moved from offending a Nagitsune to the most supportive adult in this and every room.
Yes.
Coach Bobby Finstock.
Who's looking out for both Stiles and Isaac.
He's like, so, you hear from Stiles, you hear about Stiles, you tell literally any trusted adult there's a card in there for Isaac Leahy. Not just
signing a card.
Signing a card, you're going to write the most goddamn emotional thing.
That was so cute.
Coach loves his fucking kids. Coach loves his kids.
He really does.
Like, it's how we know that Jennifer Blake is a monster. It's because she doesn't love her kids like Coach does.
Exactly.
We knew that.
We knew immediately.
If you don't love your students like Coach Bobby Finstock loves his students, reconsider. Reconsider.
I think, if you ever go back into teaching or school administration or whatever, I think that should be like your opening speech to your people.
My fellow Americans.
Yeah. Like, I need you to watch a couple episodes of Teen Wolf and understand that if you don't love the kids in this school the way Bobby Finstock does, I need you to leave my building.
I need you to leave my building.
Yeah. So the twins are maybe rightfully worried that things are a little too quiet.
Love that for them.
They are still murderers, but they aren't actively being hunted at the moment. But they do hear one of the Argent's emitters going off in the school. And these fucking idiots follow it to the basement without even thinking about it.
Because that's a really safe place for them to be. The basement, where nothing bad has ever happened.
And they know that something is happening, right? Like, there's a Nagitsune, there's whatever else is happening in this town at all times. And they hear an emitter, which is meant to move werewolves around to a particular location. And they just follow that right to the basement. And they're just like, doo-doo-doo, off we go.
So smart.
And there is Stiles. There is Void.
There's Void.
There's Void. Yeah, you can tell as he is in blue shadow before he turns around that is Void. Although Void. He's like, it's a me, Stiles.
It's a me, a Stiles. And the twins are like, blue eyes, full teeth, can't lose.
They are out to kill, which maybe let them have him.
I mean, I get it. At this point, they've completely aligned themselves to Scott, and they're like, this is the bad guy. The bad guy is coming to get Scott. I don't understand where the question is. Where's the problem?
They are nothing if not loyal to whatever's closest.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's yet again, a thing we're going to see with Scott is that Scott's morality is very, very black and white. And everyone around him is having to struggle and beat this back and forth with is that Stiles? Is that not Stiles? When is it Stiles? And Scott's like, he's my best friend all the time. You lay off of him. And everyone's like, but buddy.
But buddy.
Not.
He's not.
And I want to wrap Scott in a huge, enormous hug because I don't think he's ever had to confront this before. This is new for him. And it's really hard.
Maybe the closest is the fact that his dad is a douchebag.
Yeah, for real.
It's he is dad, but also he sucks balls.
Yeah.
So Scott's like, down boys, please don't kill Stiles with a little asterisk next to it. But Stiles is like, hey, chill guys. I come bearing gifts, of a blueprint of the hospital's electrical wiring that I've written all over, and a bag of tools. And hey, I think I did something bad.
Apparently, I think I made things worse. Get ready.
Yeah. Get ready. I also have all this like other stuff, rope and some tools and a map of the cross-country trail leading towards Malia Tate's where her family died, where all those steel traps are.
I've got like stuff happening, guys. I don't really know. I think I got really drunk last night. Like,
I think maybe something else is going to happen.
Ruh-roh.
So upstairs,
We
where
find
people are
Lydia
actually
Martin in one
trying
of
to go
her
to class.
most iconic fits of the season.
Yes. It's not my favorite, but I get why it's iconic.
I love it. I love everything about it. I don't think I could pull it off, but I just have so many like warm, fuzzy fandom connotations of this outfit.
Yeah. I would not wear it, but I get it for her.
Yeah, I get it for her. And she catches her mother talking to health department official Peter Hale.
Peter Hale. Yeah. Talking or flirting?
Well, it's a good question. And I have to feel for Lydia here because pretty much every other time she's ever seen Peter's face in the school, he was a hallucination.
Yes.
So like this must just be very odd for her.
Especially because as she walks over, he disappears into the crowd.
Yeah.
But luckily her mom was like, yes, in fact, I was talking to somebody.
Thank God. And turns out that Peter has given Natalie his phone number.
Mm-hmm.
He is hitting the whole Martin clan. He's got some of the McCall clan. I really think that Peter's just down to fuck pretty much anybody in the pack who's willing to let him.
Oh, he has always been in his slut era.
Like, Peter Hale is in his slut era. And, like, I love this for you. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently your slut era has consequences, Peter. Apparently.
Oh, it sure does. It sure does. Yeah, he's ostensibly there to schedule hearing tests for the students. But really, he's just there to get Lydia's attention. Which he could have done in many other ways.
But he couldn't have gotten a date with Natalie any other way.
Nope. Sure couldn't have.
And Peter's looking for some new Martin.
I guess he is. He'll get to Mr. Martin later.
Here's a question for you.
Sure.
I never had to do like cross-country type runs in school like this.
Mm-hmm.
We just like would go out for runs in the forest.
Sure.
The speed at which these children start running. Is this normal?
Okay, well, two things. One, I don't run. I think it's evil. Two, we had a cross-country team, so whatever they did was their business. And I was not involved.
But so we go...
I was a swimmer.
Indeed.
So I did water stuff.
So, like, we come upon this scene in the beautiful forest after Stiles is like, I think I fucked up some stuff in the forest. And these kids are also pouring out of a van, running at full speed.
I know, which is funny. Like, what do they van them out during class?
I mean, like, maybe to go running on this one particular tree-lined path in the woods, like...
Yeah. I mean, okay, and also I'm pretty sure cross-country happens in the fall as a fall sport.
It does.
Yeah. I remember our cross-country teams just like running around the school and like up and down the streets and shit.
Yeah, I don't know, but we have a lot of teenage children just running full tilt in the forest.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone did any warm-ups.
No, but we do get a nice shot of Danny and Kira. Danny versus Kira, my beloveds.
I really want them to be besties.
They should be besties.
Because it's like sunshine besties.
Yes, and I love this for them. And I think this is just an establishing shot to establish that both Danny and Kira are outside.
Yes, and in danger.
And in danger. Ruh-roh.
Mm-hmm. Scott and Stiles roll up in the Jeep, which is back?
I guess.
Sure, let's give Stiles his Jeep back.
Yeah, cool.
Just to give Coach a heart attack. Because he's like, oh, Stiles, we've been looking for you. So out in the woods, Ethan tackles Danny mid-run to, one, protect him, and two, to give him smooches.
I missed you. Smooches.
Poor Danny never has any idea what's going on.
No, it's fine.
He's just happy to be there. Scott sweeps Kira off her feet like mid-run, and she's so cute because she's like, did you see how fast I was running?
Oh, Kira.
Adorable. Because she's also like figuring out her powers. Like, yeah. As we watch the episodes.
Like no one is telling Kira anything. And so she's just like, I'm finding stuff out. Hooray.
And then Stiles shows up in this little clearing to be like, hey, everybody stop. There's a big ass chain that he's like, action movie uncovering like it's going to do something.
Dun, 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 dun.
Except it's attached to nothing. And he's like, he looks truly confused.
Yeah.
And Coach is like, okay, cool, bro.
Thanks,
What the
I
fuck is
guess.
up with you? And then he trips a wire that's been set up and gets an arrow to the gut.
Ouch.
Ouchies. And I just love his oh crap.
Oh, crap. Like, let me tell you, they had the opportunity here to really turn this from like, haha, this is whatever, and I don't like this. To like, they could have turned a corner here if they had killed Coach.
Mm-hmm.
They could have killed Coach here.
I wonder if they thought about it.
Like, I'm really glad that they, spoiler alert, don't kill Coach. But like, they could have.
I mean, I think it's a question of how dark do you want to pull Stiles?
Exactly.
Because he does kill people.
He sure does.
Not any, yeah.
And some of those do have lasting consequences.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's not good. Not good.
Mm-mm. No, and just sticking with this scene.
Yeah.
He's like yelling at the kids to pull the arrow out and very like Orny Adams, I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
And Scott kind of is there again to pull the pain from Coach, and Stiles is also kneeling next to him, just his hands like covered in blood.
And just like shaking and covered in blood. And
yeah. And seems to really be upset.
Yeah. Feeling a lot of very scary feelings.
Because he did this.
Yeah.
And the ambulance is on the way, but that also means the sheriff is on the way, who doesn't yet know where Stiles has been. So they'll have a little reunion.
And it's going to hurt me.
And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt everybody. Elsewhere going on in the storyline are not the Argents, but Derek and Chris are hanging out. So
Chris he gets into his apartment wearing the classic, bad boy hoodie underneath a coat.
Such a look. I actually miss that look.
I use it as often as I possibly can. I love that look.
I'm sure someone in their 20s or like their teens now would look at that and be like, ew, cringe. I look at it and go, yeah.
I look at it and go, yum.
Comfy.
Chris Argent is getting into his apartment looking gorgeous, and he hears like a noise, like ruh-roh, and he stumbles upon one of his own emitters stabbed into his desk, just like the one that Void Stiles had in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, ruh-roh, why is one of my emitters in my desk? And out of nowhere attacks Derek Hale, and the two of them have like a claws versus guns moment.
It lasts like 15 seconds, barely.
Yeah, it's incredible. And they both end up, lethal weapon to lethal weapon, breathing at each other. And I'm like, hello.
Derek's got his claws in Chris's throat, and Chris has a gun to Derek's head. And they're just like nose to nose.
It's so good.
Scruff to scruff.
Scruff to scruff. And Derek's like, why are you leaving emitters in my loft?
Why are you breaking into my apartment? Chris is like, I didn't.
Both very good questions.
And Chris has been looking for Stiles for the last 48 hours, which is actually really sweet. Because, like, he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to. But
and Derek has also been looking.
We learn that Derek has also been looking for Stiles.
And I don't know if it's important because I we know that the Glee costume designers give a shit. We know that. We personally haven't talked to them, but we know that the Glee costume people give a shit. Derek is not wearing a leather jacket. He is not wearing his Hale leather jacket. He's just wearing like a canvas kind of heavy black jacket.
What are you drawing from this?
I just think maybe he's sad.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying that like he's not in his like protective Hale leather jacket.
It's true. It's true.
Just interesting.
And out of like, I'm not saying it's out of nowhere, but it does seem a little misplaced. Derek, after confirming that he and Chris have both separately been looking for Stiles for the last 2 days, asks Chris to his face, might I ask what you plan on doing with him once you find him?
You mean, what are you going to do to my husband?
And I'm just like, Derek, why do you care?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, hey, where have you been looking? Like, can we team up? It's like, do I have to protect him from you too?
Yeah, because he would.
Because he will, and it hurts my heart. So
Derek has like a pyramid. Not a pyramid. It's like, I protect this one and this one, but if you hurt this one comes first.
Exactly.
And
he's got like a flow chart.
Yeah, it's a flow chart of like pairing people up. So like I'll protect Scott and Stiles, but between them I go Stiles, and I'll protect Scott and Allison, but between Scott and Allison it's Scott. And you know, like, and I appreciate that about
he has like a
him.
little flow chart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and the a couple of these scenes, I feel like there were missing scenes between it, but
I think
Chris
so,
realizes, you know, that and there are scenes in between this, but we're just going to stick with the dads here.
Yeah, we'll stick with the beards.
The beards, thank you. Chris realizes that someone has fucked with his safe, I guess.
Yeah, because he like runs his hand down this cabinet.
Yeah.
By the way, still wearing his wedding ring.
I know. I get it though.
I absolutely get it. I
didn't like her, but I get it.
I have a wedding ring on my hand right now, and if what happened to Chris and or the sheriff happened to me, I also really wouldn't want to take it off.
Yeah.
But every single time I see like Chris or the sheriff with their wedding rings on, it just hurts my heart. It just hurts. Like,
I wonder, are the actors married? Because I wonder if they get to wear their own.
Maybe, because the actors who play the sheriff and Natalie Martin are married in real life.
Yeah, which I think is adorable.
Which I think is super fucking cute. So I don't know if they're wearing like their own wedding rings or if it's just one of those like you wore it during shooting one day and forgot to take it off, and so now you just wear a wedding ring. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Because I mean, like, if your character is married and you, the actor, are married, why have a prop ring unless you don't want your personal wedding ring like in the series, because people can get parasocial about character clothing and jewelry.
Yeah, they can get parasocial about it. Maybe I'm listening to a lot of like Pod Meets World, and apparently the actors in there would wear like a lot of their own jewelry.
Interesting.
You know, it's like, oh, I can figure out when we shot this because I was wearing this necklace when I was dating this person.
Oh, sure.
And so like, I guess that's something that they do.
I could see not wanting my own jewelry if I was an actor at a TV show.
Yeah, I could too.
For that reason, to be like, no, that's mine, not the character's.
Yeah.
Because then maybe again, I'm deep into like 911 right now, and so many of the actors have tattoos, and some of them are covered up and others aren't.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, why did you cover up those tattoos and not the other tattoos? Like, now why does this character have that tattoo but not that other one? Like, and you've never given an explanation in character for one or the other. So like, why cover some but not others? Anyway, not important. What's important is that somebody has left a suitcase full of money in Chris's safe, and it is I know, it's like, how come no one leaves me suitcases full of money? It is great. The $150,000 that Katashi was going to pay for the French super duper special pistol that they were going to do their little tradesies for and never did. And he's like, but we didn't do the little trades. So what is this?
And in walks Detective Douchebag.
Entering without a warrant.
Without a warrant, just like walking through the open door, just like hanging out. And it turns out that he's got Katashi's silver finger prosthetic in an evidence bag. And Chris goes, well, where did you get that? And Detective Douchebag says, off of Katashi's dead body. Yeah.
Which maybe, like, are you supposed to tell people that during an open investigation?
No, you sure not. Absolutely not.
But yeah, Katashi's dead, and that suitcase of money is in the Argent safe, and guess that's not good.
Not good.
Yeah. Whoopsies.
Because the next time we find Derek and Chris...
Cute and Cuter here are handcuffed to a bench in the sheriff's station.
Because they've been framed for murder.
Whoops. And Chris is like, he immediately goes to like, why would Stiles frame us for murder? And this is why I texted you. Derek is like, I didn't think Stiles was smart enough to frame us for murder. And I was like, that is bullshit. Everybody in this town knows that Stiles is the second smartest to Lydia.
Like, Stiles absolutely could and would.
Yeah.
Frame you
Stiles tried to frame you for murder in like season 1.
Yeah. He already got you arrested for murder. This wouldn't be the first time.
He already did.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Either it's just bad writing to make a joke, which is shitty. Like, you can say mean things about a character if it's in character. But we're at the end of season 3. These characters have already risked their lives for each other. Even if you take romance and sex out of it, right? Like, take the shipping out of it. Just take a year and a half of physically putting your body on the line for somebody else. We all know Stiles is the second smartest.
And like this,
it's lazy writing to say that. Make a better joke.
Because this goes right along with the things that he was saying when he was jumping the Jeep.
Yes.
Was that Aiden or Ethan, whichever twin it was, about, you think that skinny, defenseless Stiles is the Nagitsune. And there's a reading that could be made with like trying to disarm him, trying to make him seem like not as big of a threat. But if you take it at face value, all of the character relationship development that happened in season 3A is just like gone now.
Yeah.
That they spent that entire summer looking for Boyd and Erica, that they had all their 3A stuff, and then they're just enemies now. Like, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's real weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Just so Jeff Davis is the credited writer for this one. As we've talked about on this one and on Glee on the Rocks, like TV shows almost never have one single writer on an episode. I can't say that for certain for this, right? Like, wasn't in the room, couldn't tell you. But Jeff is the credited writer. He started the show, whatever. But like, who wrote this exact line of dialogue? Couldn't tell you. I just think it's shitty because it's out of character at this point.
Yeah, at this point.
Season 1, Derek? Yeah, sure. Season 3B, Derek?
No. Mm-mm. But these two men are chained to a bench, and they're both
hot.
Very, very pretty.
Dude, this whole scene was so hot.
Oh my God.
I'm not even into handcuffs, but I was like, hot.
They're so pretty. Wowzers.
There's also like a whole competency kink happening in this.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like Derek could snap the bench apart with a thought, and Chris is like plotting that they're going to just let the Argent attorneys represent you. Very like, baby, I'll take care of you.
Baby, I got you.
And then he's also like, there's another reason we're at this station. It's not about framing for murder. Like, just hold on. Give me a minute to figure this out, baby. I got you.
Yeah.
So there's like a whole dynamic happening here.
There's
with
a lot of like brain and brawn happening.
Yeah. Like hot-headed kid.
Like not saying that Derek isn't smart and that Chris isn't strong, but there's very much like I could just break us out of here. It's like, no, sweetie, there's something that we're missing and you got to wait for a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And because we've seen in the past that Derek will jump into action sometimes.
Yeah. Without thinking.
Without thinking. And like, okay, you could break out, and like Chris tells him, I don't want to be on the run. Like, I don't want to be a fugitive. Like, just fucking chill, baby.
Just hold on. And like, in my heart, did the two of these get together? Like, a little bit, yeah. I mean, Chris is definitely in love with Uncle Peter, but like, that's a different problem.
Yep. Is that more age appropriate for him? Sure.
Doesn't matter. Am I saying that maybe when they both end up finding Stiles because they end up working together, do they just have a little celebration party with the three of them? Perhaps.
Absolutely.
Perhaps that might occur. It's fine.
Yep. So
yeah. So I think we have to get through like the rest of what's happening before we get back to the sheriff's station.
We can take a quick peek at cross country before we go to Lydia.
Okay.
Because Stiles and the sheriff have like a little, or do we need to go to Lydia first? I don't think so. I think we can just
we can go Stiles and back to cross country.
Because all that's happened. So like the sheriff and Stiles are actually having like a little reunion scene in the background. And I do wonder if there was a missing scene here of their reunion. Right? Because you just see them hugging in the background.
Yeah. I mean, maybe because Scott is like shot like he's listening, but then like tunes it out.
Yeah. So Ethan calls Scott over to the Jeep and he's like, hey, there's more stuff here. And it's the wrapping paper that Scott and Stiles used on Coach's present from, which episode was that? A couple episodes back. And Scott makes a pretty intuitive leap that, about the bomb that Barrow used on the school bus and how everything was wrapped up like a present.
Flash to Beacon Hills High, where Mr. Yukimura is running like a bat out of hell, getting kids away from the school bus.
Mm-hmm.
And gets onto a bus to find car sick vomit Jared.
I was so happy to see Jared.
So happy to see Jared back. Congratulations on your second episode. We love you so much.
Yeah. Although I was like, man, Jared does not do well on school buses.
Oh, poor kid. Holding a very suspicious looking present.
Mm-hmm.
Row.
Yeah, and poor kid. So we got Parrish. Although, yeah, we can do this.
Because Lydia isn't related.
Yeah. So we got Parrish because I guess he's young enough to feel good about this. But Parrish is like, he calls himself an HDT. He is a hazardous device technician, having spent 2 years in the Army, even though he is 16. So he is going in. And they actually call this out because he's like starting to do stuff with the potential ED. And Jared's like, you look really... And Parrish cuts him off like, handsome? Thank you.
I get that all the time.
Adorable. I get that all the time. And he's
that is such a deflection technique. It's about reducing tension.
Yes, it is.
It's about calming people down. It's about introducing humor. It's about releasing tension, because the more relaxed everybody is, the easier it's going to be for him to do his job.
Yeah, your heart rate comes down, your hand stops shaking, you don't make rash decisions.
And the person holding the box doesn't make any sudden jerking movements. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody calms down a little. I was so thrilled with his like de-escalation techniques. I was just like, he and Scott have some really great like de-escalation trauma informed stuff that they need to come together on and like teach everybody else, because they're just incredible at it.
Totally. My only problem with this, I was like, he could have put a little more protective gear on. Like his whole face and neck were exposed for a potential incendiary device.
Yeah, but I don't know if they have those. He's just a little sheriff's department in middle of nowhere, California.
This is true.
They may not have a bomb squad.
They just have someone from the Army who is a new deputy who calls out the fact that he looks very young, but is in fact 24.
Yeah.
Right? 24?
That sounds right.
What did you say? I forget what you said.
24, 26. I wasn't paying attention.
Not 26. He is younger than that because it's less creepy later.
Yeah.
So it turns out that it's not a bomb, but it is the sheriff's nameplate from his desk.
So the sheriff, in a very earlier in the episode callback kind of way, flashes back to all of the packages that they received, all the toner cartridges and whatever that Parrish had him sign for in the beginning. And the sheriff realizes in a moment of clarity, there is a bomb, but it's not on the bus.
Yeah. Shit.
So we flash to the sheriff's station where everyone is running, and Derek and Chris, who are still attached to the bench, are like...
No, I think a guy uncouples him.
Yeah, but like they're still attached at the beginning of the scene, and like halfway through, a guy comes to like uncouple Chris from the bench, and Chris is trying to figure out what's going on, and Derek like starts listening for stuff.
Yeah, because he sees the panic in a deputy's eyes, and he's like, oh
no. Shit. So he's trying to like listen and figure out what's going on, and he ends up like zooming in on the packages on the sheriff's desk, and in a split-second decision yells for everyone to get down, and then puts his entire body on top of Chris Argent, and the bomb explodes.
His whole body.
Derek protects Christopher Argent, brother of the woman who murdered his entire family, with his
and molested him
whole body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Derek Hale is a forgiver.
He is.
I love this for him.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Oh, what a man.
And so it's...
I think you have... Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouchies. It's so rough.
Well, do we want to... I think... Do we have to go to Lydia now?
Or I think we have to backtrack a little. Are they fully... They're fully removed.
I think so, yeah.
Because they just really don't know what's going on.
No, I think Lydia and Allison are removed.
Yeah. But before this has happened, at the school, Noshiko has shown up, and she meets with her husband in a classroom, and he's like pulled down a book, and Kira's like eavesdropping through the door, and he starts talking to her about like, you've already sacrificed 5, 3 of the Oni are gone. How many more tails are you willing to sacrifice?
And Ken is just so upset.
I know. He's such a sweetie. And she's basically like, all of them, if that's what it takes. And then like inside this book are, I don't even know what to describe them as.
They
like,
look kind of like knives, but they're dull.
Yeah, they're like black, I don't know, obsidian. I'm not really even sure.
They're kind of like black obsidian. It looks kind of like a knife with no handle that's really dull. It's like the beginnings of a knife just made of obsidian.
Yeah. And Noshiko takes 2 of them out and snaps them, and like this kind of blue power kind of crackles from them when she snaps them. And she says, these Oni will be stronger, much stronger. And there's no other explanation of what's happening here, other than the fact that we have heard before that Kitsune have tails and that they can rub them together to make foxfire. So she's prepping for something. And that we'd seen in the previous episode, Void Stiles / the Nugitsune destroy a couple of the Oni by like sticking his hand in their chest and crushing the firefly.
Removing their fireflies.
Yeah. And then over at the Nematon, wherever it lives in whatever plane of existence in Beacon Hills, as the sun is kind of setting, like fireflies emerge from the Nematon.
Like a lot of fireflies emerge from the Nematon.
Like a lot of them.
Yikes.
So that is happening. And then over back at the sheriff's station, the explosion has happened and like it's chaos.
It's bad.
Multiple officers are down. Smoke is everywhere. And Stiles
and Scott
question mark and Stiles are there because they are always there.
Yeah.
He sees an officer down, like clearly dying and struggling, and asks Scott to come and like do something about it. And Scott like takes this dude's pain while he spits up blood and dies in front of them. And it's like, you did this.
Rip.
Stiles.
Rip.
And the sheriff is like, you need to get the fuck out of here. Like, he shouldn't be in there anyway. This is a crime scene, but like, crime you need scene. To get...
Crime scene.
You need to get out of there. And they don't cross paths with Chris and Derek, but Chris and Derek are there kind of picking themselves up from the explosion. Chris is fine. They're going to scratch on him because
he's fine.
Derek, his entire back is embedded with glass from the window.
Ouch.
And he's like wobbling on his feet while Chris just steadies him.
Chris just like holds him up and just looks at him with his like big eyes.
Yes, his face is just like, what?
What?
And he's like, you saved my life.
Yeah.
Like, he cannot believe it. Like, I think up until that moment, he assumed Derek would let him die if it suited his purpose.
Yeah. Because he was been raised his whole life to believe that werewolves are evil and that they're just murderous creatures and that they can never show love or compassion and that they're monsters and they'll never change.
And yet this one, who has every right to kill him.
Every right.
Every right.
Every right.
Whole family is gone because of this guy's family. I mean, Chris himself has wounded his people, contributed to...
Chris has been really much of an aider and abetter.
Yes. But he physically covered his body with his own. So the stuff Fick is made from.
The stuff Fick is made from. Correct. I need to go and find the Fick that came out after this episode, what I'm sure exists, of Chris taking Derek home and plucking glass from his back, and like, I need it.
Yeah.
I need to find it. I know it's out there. It's gotta be.
So yeah, they had that moment and I'm really happy for them.
Love that. Congratulations on your upcoming nuptials, gentlemen.
As they adopt together an entire pack. The age difference is going to be a problem, but werewolves live forever.
It's Fick. It's fine.
So Kira's like, hey guys, the Oni are on the way. We gotta go. And Scott, Stiles, and Kira are like, hey, we should go to Deaton's.
Because that's the safest place, I guess.
I guess that guy who probably has way more answers than he's ever said. We should go there. Like, yeah, you fucks, you should go. So they speed off to Deaton's, and it's now raining because, like, duh.
Because the vibes.
The vibes. The absolute vibes of it. The Oni arrive before they get inside because, duh. And, a reminder to anyone who's forgotten, the clinic is warded to hell with the wood. Oh my God, I'm blanking on the name of the wood.
Ash?
The ash.
The ash wood.
The ash wood.
Yeah, the ash wood. Whatever the hell it's called. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So they're assuming that they would be much safer inside the clinic.
Yeah, because Peter can't cross it.
Peter can't. Mountain ash.
Yeah. Well, the wood that it's made from.
Yes, the wood that it's made from. Mountain ash. I don't know why I couldn't think of that earlier, because that sound is in my head all the time.
All the time.
So Scott is like, rawr, I'm going to hold them off. Stiles, you get inside. And then Kira's like, I'm going to fight too.
And so they proceed to have an everybody fighting in the dark in the rain scene
Yes.
where we
Yep.
can't see shit, Captain.
Can't see shit, Captain. Sometimes you get like a little glowy eye situation.
Yeah, but it's real rough to see what's going on because there's a lot of shaky cam and a lot of like rain and intentionally darkly lit spaces and the blue filter, and it just yeah.
I'm sure it looked fabulous on the screen for people when they're watching in like the producer's tent, like, this looks great, and you're like, yeah, but for the rest of us, no. The dailies look great. I can't see
them. And then out of absolutely nowhere, whoopsie doodles, Scott gets stabbed in the tummy.
That hurts.
Ouch.
Ouchies. Yeah.
And so Kira and Stiles grab him and they whoosh him inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's been stabbed before, so like.
Yeah, but this one seems to hurt a lot, like a lot.
Yeah. Well, their swords are like of them. They pull the swords out of their darkness. So like, I don't know what that blade's made out of, but it cannot be good.
Monsters. It's made of ghost.
So inside the clinic. Oh, and before, Kira had like started to use a katana as if she had been born to do it. So that was pretty sweet.
Love that for her. Congratulations.
So in the clinic, Kira starts to pull the blade out of Scott because, better out than in, I guess. Although, sure. But Void stops her.
And whacks her over the head.
Yeah. Knocks her the fuck out.
Bye-bye.
So...
And then we get like a good 2 minutes of Dylan O'Brien being the best actor in the room.
Where is his Emmy?
I don't know. It was because it was friggin' MTV. Like if this had been a CBS show, we would have been fine.
I know.
But Void proceeds to tell Scott that like he walks up and grabs the sword. And Scott,
I felt that.
And Scott the whole time is begging him because Scott is still dealing with this very black and white. You are Stiles. You are my best friend. You're not a bad guy. And he's like, oh no, but I am. But I really am.
Oh, but I am, baby.
And grabs the sword and very politely starts to turn it in a circle.
Yeah. I love him just like up in his face. Like, does it hurt? Hey, look at me. Look at me. Oh, it's insane. I love it.
Like very much. It's that competence kink. It's like, hey, look at me.
Does so good.
Hurt? Like, and so we get this we get this kind of monologue from Void about how the Nogitsune really feeds off of chaos and strife and pain. But you, Scotty, you took that. You took it from Isaac. You took it from Coach. You took it from a dying deputy at the station. You took it from people. And now I want you to give it to me.
Give it back.
Give it back. And so Void gets to do like the pain sucky thing and puts his hand on Scott's face and just like black goo sucks all the pain. And like, Scott is just having a terrible time and Void is having like an almost orgasmic time is what it looks like.
My least favorite face, honestly. Like I was like, oh, okay. Well,
yeah, it was grotesque, but it was supposed to be. But still. And we get the seminal line from this season. You really have to learn not to trust a fox.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It's so good. It's so good. It's such a good line.
Ouch.
And it flashes to all the moments throughout the episode of Stiles actually being Void. And these like minute facial expressions that were not concern, but were annoyance or anger or like, hey, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah. So Void's been present the entire episode and none of us saw it. None of us knew.
The entire episode.
Yikes. But just as Void's really getting going, he gets ambushed by a veterinarian.
That's happened to everybody.
Man.
Because he says this like, foxes, they'll fool everyone. Not everyone. Enter Deaton, stage left, who injects him with that Letharia Vulpina mixture, and Void just goes down.
Boom, boom.
Goodbye. So he's very politely poisoned a little bit.
Very politely poisoned. And we haven't killed Void and we haven't killed Stiles yet.
Scott's like, oh, so he's better now? Like, no, bruh.
Baby.
The fox is poisoned, but not dead.
And like, that's one of the things that like, I really want to believe in Scott's goodness. And again, like if he were a real kid, he would just be like the preciousest angel baby.
Yep.
But it's like, you really believe that one little thing is gonna, no.
He does, though. He really does.
He wants it to be true so bad, and it's just not true. It didn't get magically fixed. I'm really sorry. It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Always does.
Really, really sorry. And so this is where we would end the episode if we were done. But we're not done. So, so we have to go back because we have missed an entirely separate plot point.
We have to go back.
We have to go back. We have to go back, Jack. Kate. We have to go back, Kate. But I don't want to go back to Kate.
Never.
Well, not for a few episodes at least. Because we have to go back to Allison and Lydia. Because
they've been off on their own adventure. Yep. So Lydia has brought Allison to Derek's loft because, you know, a free-for-all. Because now Peter's back hanging in the loft. And Lydia is like rightly worried about her previous, what she considers a failure to find Stiles at Eichen House. Even though like she did. She wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong. But she thinks she was wrong and she doesn't understand how to use her powers. And she's so worried and she just desperately wants to be able to control this thing that is actually like really fucking with her. Like Scott in the scheme of things, Scott very quickly controlled the werewolf. Yeah. Like it did not ruin his life. No. The Kanima actually kind of ruined Jackson's life. Yeah. But he didn't have to deal with it because he left the show. Yeah. And he became like a super special werewolf in the end. He became a super special werewolf because by the end of it, like Jackson had mastered the werewolf stuff. It was the Kanima that he couldn't control. And Allison's always been super competent and you know, so everyone, and Derek's been super competent and Peter's been born like that way. Extra super competent. Well, he's also insane. But like categorically. Yeah, but he's been able to do stuff that like nobody else really knew how to do. And so Lydia is getting the character arc that we wish we had time for everybody. Yes. She's learning about this for the first time. Yeah. And is not competent at it, which probably really scares the shit out of her because she is so fucking smart that everything else comes easy to her. Yeah. Like all of those kids who maybe mastered stuff on the first try and then all of a sudden they run into something that they're not very good at and it breaks their entire self-worth. Are you talking about both of us? Contra. Maybe. Okay. Maybe. Where we don't like to try new things in case we're not perfect at it at the very beginning? At the very beginning. The very beginning. Perfect. Incredible. Just don't start new activities because if we're not perfect at it the first time, it's a failure. And we're worthless and useless and never good for anything. So you just don't do it. Correct. Yeah. So Lydia is trying to go to Peter because she believes that he can teach her something. Yes. And despite the fact that he is a known liar and a manipulator and a fraud and a creep, he's offering something. Yeah, he's offering something. And that's kind of what Allison says. It's like, he's the worst. And she's like, yeah, I know. But we might be able to strike a deal. Yeah. Like, I know that he's not trustworthy, but I'm willing to hear him out. Yeah. So the two of them get to Peter's loft, and I am yet again overwhelmed by the amount of sexual tension in the room. Overwhelmed. Lydia and Peter, Lydia and Peter, Lydia and Peter, Lydia and Peter. This man lived inside her brain. You cannot tell me. Ooh, she brought him back to life. He did, truly. The power of something brought him back to life. Power of Christ compels him. And so they have this entire back and forth on... He's also like the hunter and the banshee. Like this man reads fic in his spare time. I'm the spark that lit your fire, sweetheart. Like, all right, I guess. That's for us to say, not for you, you That's creep. For me to write, not for you to say in canon. There's some things you can write in fic, but you cannot say on the screen. No, there's like some fic that I would like read. I'm like, that can never be an audiobook. No, I don't want to hear a real person say that out loud. Which is why, like, God bless the people who can do podfic. Yes. But there's some things that aren't meant to be read out loud. Yeah. It's too cheese. It's too fic, you know? It's too fic. And not saying that that is bad. That is good. No. That is good stuff. Yes. I just don't need to hear it in my ears. You can't hear, oh.
Yeah, you can't hear that. You just feel it in your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. O in
Anyway.
italics is different. It hits different.
It just hits different. Like, you have to see it. It has to, your eyeballs have to shoot it to the back of your brain upside down and then flip it around, and it's a whole thing. Anyway. Honestly, the podcast should always have been called Tangents.
Oh, God.
Or just like
pretty much.
Tangentially.
Also. So basically what happens is that Peter's willing to tell Lydia like what he knows and like to try to get her to train her banshee powers a little bit. But in return, he wants her help to find the memory that Talia stole from him.
Yep.
Now, how Peter knows that Talia stole the memory, I have no idea. I'm
assuming I'm going to take just a big fucking leap here, because it's the only leap I can take, is that he had an extra special chat with Derek after Derek did his little mind walk with the claws, and Derek came out of that with like his big like uh-oh expression.
Yeah,
right?
maybe.
And maybe something happened off screen with them. Maybe. And it was like, oh, Talia said that you did something bad, but I'm not going to tell you.
You did something bad.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know.
I have no idea, but Peter is convinced that Talia stole something from him and wants Lydia's help to get it back. Mm-hmm. And so he's getting really up in Lydia's face, talking about how the scream doesn't make the noise, that it like is helping to clear away all the other noise so you can hear what's important. And he's getting really up in her face. Mm-hmm. And who comes to her defense but her knight in shining armor, Miss Allison Argent.
Yeah, she does, with her pokey thing.
With her taser stick. Mm-hmm. And Peter talking about her Auntie Kate. Your Auntie Kate had one of those.
Yeah, she did.
And it's like, Peter talks about ripping Kate's throat out, and Allison talks about shoving the taser stick up Peter's asshole. And it's a nice chat between the two of them.
It's lovely. It's delightful.
But Lydia decides to take that moment to yell at the two of them for being weird. And she screams and throws the claws like out of her hand. Mm-hmm. And they perfectly embed in the wall.
Yep.
Incredibly cool. Super incredibly cool.
That was a very cool scene. I love when they do that.
Me too. And so as soon as the claws hit the wall, Peter and Allison kind of break apart, and we start hearing the whispers that Lydia hears. Mm-hmm. And the entire time, like, Lydia is very slowly walking across the room because she's hearing whispers coming from the claws. And Peter the whole time is like, what is it? What is it? What do you hear? And I'm just like, shut up, Peter.
I know. Me too. I wrote that in my notes. It's like, Peter, stop talking and let her work.
Let her work.
Your whole thing is like, you're trying to help her focus on what she's hearing, and you are talking to her.
And you want her to listen to the secret, and she can't hear the secret if you're talking.
You're yappy, yappy, yappy. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. I physically yelled at my screen. Like, shut up, Peter.
I did too. Shut up.
Shut up. And it turns out that he shuts up just enough because Lydia hears the memory. She hears the secret.
Did you picture Talia? I pictured her like, girl, come here. You got to hear this.
Girl. No, mostly I have this like image of Talia with like a whiskey glass.
My fucking family.
My fucking family. My brother did what? A fucking course he did.
Loser did what?
Just drinks the entire like finger of whiskey and just deep breath. Mm-hmm. And so Lydia, in the very best scary banshee whisper, goes, "You're not just an uncle."
Oh no.
I didn't know that Chris Sargent gave birth to Allison. I didn't know that Allison was the Peter for love child. How
handy.
How handy.
Yeah.
So the implication is that Peter is not just an uncle, he is also a father.
Is a baby daddy. Baby
daddy. Mm-hmm. And here is where I get really confused because, she tells this to Peter. And of course, Peter is never satisfied because Peter's never satisfied. And he starts yelling like, well, who is it and what's going on? And she knows nothing. Like, Lydia is like, I gave you this. I have nothing else to give you. And Allison just like defends Lydia, and Peter still wants Lydia with his whole fucking chest. Like, the way that man is lusting after Lydia Martin is obscene.
Oh,
for sure. But Allison takes Lydia's hand, and the two of them turn out the door.
Yeah, they're like, goodbye.
Goodbye.
We are done with you.
I think that was the scene that like cemented them in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
They were already in my heart, but that's the like cement.
I mean, it's definitely like, come on, baby, we're leaving.
Yeah, come on. We're leaving. Let's go. And so as, Stiles and Scott and Kira are dealing with the Oni, Lydia and Allison are also sitting in the car in the rain.
Yep.
Now, how they come to this conclusion, I have no fucking clue. Maybe Talia gave us some bonus information.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't even any math for them to start working off of.
No, there's no math. There's no nothing. I just got to pin it on Talia. I got to pin it on the magical claws, and that Lydia in that moment just decided to not tell him everything.
Mm-hmm.
But they each pull up a photo on their phones and compare the beautiful, beautiful face of Peter Hale to that of one Malia Tate.
Yep.
So the implication, once again, is that Malia Tate is the Peter baby.
Yep.
Wild.
And she's also a fox.
She's a coyote.
Or, sorry, a coyote.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on foxes this episode. He's a wolf. She's a coyote.
Coyote. Yeah, we're going to talk about that here in a season or two. I have a lot of questions.
Yeah. I mean, they're related. Like, coyotes can crossbreed with wolves. Like, they're close enough genetically that you end up with fertile hybrids. But like that, and they have like the worst name. They're called coy wolves.
That sounds like a sad thing.
Yeah, but like that's how do you?
I don't know. How
does this happen?
And like the thing about it is that like they just introduce this concept and it's not like confirmed or anything. It's just given to us and we're supposed to just like take it as fact.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so
wouldn't it actually be really funny at like the end of the series? They're like, actually, you're not the father.
You're not the father.
Surprise, bitch.
Get them all in an episode of Maury.
Yeah, he's been paying child support the whole time. And she's like, actually, you're not my dad.
Whoopsies. But
Derek is.
So, like, the entire time we start, this whole time, we've got so much happening. Stiles is knocked out in the vet clinic. Mm-hmm. Scott just got stabbed by his bestie and saved by his boss. Kira is passed out. Lydia and Allison are trying to do Peter Hale daddy baby math. Derek is wounded. Chris is in love. Melissa is presumably watching over Isaac. The sheriff is dealing with his station that just exploded. Everyone's having a really bad time.
I mean, except for us. We had a great time watching this.
We had a great time. But Void is 100% doing his job. Chaos, strife, and pain.
Oh, yeah.
Like, right here. This is it.
He's getting the work done.
Like, this is the power of the Nagitsune. Ouch. Our poor friends and pack mates.
In the body of an adorable teenager.
Indeed. Poor dude.
Yeah.
So remember what I said at the beginning of 3A? Or at the beginning of 3B?
I don't remember what you said yesterday, but sure.
So, like, Allison, Scott, and Stiles all opened these doors into their hearts, right?
Yes, that part.
Scott had, like, weird control issues for, like, a day.
6
Allison
hours.
couldn't shoot an arrow for, like, a week. And Stiles is fucking zest.
He is fully possessed. He is actively killing people in the community and trying to hurt all of his family members.
Like, one of these things is not like the others, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
Are we saying that, like, somehow Stiles is more broken inside, that he is more susceptible to the Nagitsune?
Like, and we'll talk about what happens to Allison by the end of the season. So it's like, she pays her dues. Like, she does.
Yeah.
Sort of.
But, like, goddamn.
But, like, I would have loved if we can, and, like, the thing about it is that the writers, unfortunately, don't do Scott a lot of justice. They, like, leave his stories, like, half finished.
Yeah.
And so Fandom kind of has to come in and, like, do all the beta work. And like, bless the creators who actually come in and do the deep thinking that Scott actually deserves.
Yeah.
But it's like, I would have loved to have seen a real kind of repercussion of the door that Scott opened. Like, every few times he transforms into the alpha, that, like, maybe Scott does eventually get, like, a full alpha form, but it's mutated like Peter's.
Sure. Yeah.
Like something not like permanent, but like a little more permanent.
Yeah.
As opposed to the scary thought control exercise that he had for 2 episodes.
Because they all did the same thing.
They did. And, like, Allison gets wrecked on the whole,
Mhm.
Stiles gets wrecked. Big yikes.
Big yikes.
And they just like forgot about Scott. And I just like his whole thing was about losing control and turning into the alpha that bit him and turning into the monster, like I would have just loved for them to do more with that.
Especially because he hasn't been a werewolf that long.
Because he hasn't been a werewolf that long. Like there was so much there, and they just let it go. And they let it go to focus on Stiles as the big bad. Like amazing, incredible, but like still.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
still.
Oh yeah. I don't, you don't want to disparage anyone's acting chops, but maybe it's for the best. I mean, it's hard to know how far ahead anything is planned in a show like this because
for sure.
you don't, they don't always know if they're going to have a season pickup.
Right.
So who knows how far ahead anything is really blocked out.
Yeah.
But is, clearly Dylan O'Brien has the chops to carry a story like this, to dive into this kind of psychological trauma and play two characters essentially at the same time and flip between them and do that work.
And that's not a thing that every actor can do. Like
no,
that's a special skill. But
that isn't to say that the other character,
even if it were just physical, like, for him that all of a sudden his alpha eyes look like collies. That he had some sort of physical manifestation of this, that his heart is still good, but his body has taken on something.
Sure.
So that like, I don't know.
Or that like, he's in a fight and he doesn't want to kill the bad guy, but his claws are now massive and he does anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like something else. I don't know. It's like they like let him, it's like they forgot.
Yeah.
It's like they forgot about Scott. And it's just really upsetting that the writers forgot about their protagonist. Like,
I know.
But he does.
And I wonder,
he has a real bad time this episode, but his girlfriend's real cute. So like,
yeah.
Pro con pro.
Yeah. It's so interesting. Like that's when you want to like sit with the writers and just be like, did you forget, or were you just so enamored with new shiny toys that,
or did you
forgot
write
the
it?
Through line?
Did you write it and you got left on the cutting room floor?
Yeah, that too.
Like,
yeah, you only got 42 minutes an episode.
Did you film it and it just didn't get there?
Yeah.
Like,
what happened?
I don't know. I have so many questions, but we are kicking. We are rolling. This roller coaster is going real zoomy fast.
Rolling in the deep.
There's no like polite escalation in this season. We're just on one of those like zippy pop roller coasters. Zippy pop.
Yep.
Incredible.
And it's not like it's going to get better for anybody.
It is in fact going to get worse.
Yeah.
Really sorry to tell you.
Yeah. Sorry for everybody involved that terrible things will continue to happen.
Yeah. Bummer.
But it's exciting to watch.
Yeah, it is. It's great. It's really fun.
It's really fun, which, is a nice change sometimes from other TV shows.
Oh, ouch.
Because like my problem here is that it's actually really hard to not go too far.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's, with Glee, sometimes it's like, oh, fuck, I got to watch another episode. And here it's like, I can't watch the next one.
I'm just going to let it roll over. Thank you.
Yeah. And you're like, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah. It's a joy to watch these. And that's nice.
It really is. And I'm going to ask you to keep that feeling deep in your heart because we're going to need to pull on it when we get to season 5.
Look, I've watched worse shows. So.
Exactly. And I'm not saying that season 5 is bad. It's actually not bad. It's just it's the first season of Teen Wolf that actually acts like a 24 episode season.
Okay.
And so it's just different. And things move at a different pace.
I got you.
So
been there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hope everyone sticks with us.
Looking forward to it.
Cool. Well, you can find us on the internet at Fandom on the Rocks, and you can come hang out with us and ask questions and, do the thing. And
YouTube,
you can find
Patreon.
Yeah. All at the same handle, which except for Twitter, which is Fandom OTR. I always forget about that. It's because Fandom on the Rocks didn't fit.
Rip.
But you know how that is. It's Twitter. Like Instagram's the place to be. And then we will see you for the next episode where things continue to get worse for everybody.
Oh.
You've been listening to Pack Dynamics, a Fandom on the Rocks podcast. For more episodes, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow us online at Fandom on the Rocks. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can subscribe to our Patreon account at patreon.com/fandomontherocks. Subscribers get access to ad-free content, exclusive bonus episodes deep diving into fandom, and more. So until next time, keep your pack close.